Now, next I want to go into movies, and the first movie I'm going to talk about is one that I saw an early access screening last weekend. It's the Gran Turismo movie from Sony and their PlayStation titles, because they got all this IP, intellectual property there at Sony for PlayStation, so they're going to use that IP and make movies, which they've been doing for a while. Which video game movies aren't the greatest, but they're getting better. We've had some more successes lately. With Tomb Raider was pretty decent. People really love Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Mario Brothers movie is the biggest movie so far this year. It's probably going to get overtaken by Barbie in, you know, probably in a couple of weeks, maybe a little bit longer. But so you can't deny the success of some of these video game properties. So this one is a little bit different because they don't put you in the game. This is based on a true story. It's right in the title. So this is a spoiler-free talk. I did do an out of the theater reaction, which I posted on my channel last weekend, but I just wanted to delve into that more without spoiling it. I'm not a fan of racing. I'm also not a fan of playing the Gran Turismo video game. I don't really play a lot of video games. I just don't have the time. It's not that I got anything against it. And so going into this, I don't watch racing. I don't play Gran Turismo or other racing games. And I'm not into cars myself. I'm into pop culture. So going into this, I don't care about any of these things. And the trailers did not win me over at all. But going into this, I really had a good time. Could have been a bit shorter, but I didn't really feel the time that much. Maybe in the first half hour I felt it. Yeah, since it's been about a week since I saw it, there are some things I could remove from it. There's some minor storylines and some parts I could take out and probably trim it down by half an hour, but I still had a really good time, even watching the racing. And they use a lot of different cinematography and camera and even some visual effects techniques that it's just constantly changing it up, and you're really able to follow it along. um this isn't a spoiler for the story, but some of the tricks that they use is they'll do freeze shots, and then so the cars will all freeze, and then the position will come up on one of the cars and say he's in this position now, or it changes and he's moving up or he's moving down, right? And I mean, there's drone shots, and there's, probably GoPros on the car sometimes too. And there's, looking out the views, the front windshield. So his point of view, and they're just constantly changing it up. And it works really well. I mean, they don't actually like follow him around the track, like, going for 5 minutes or so. But the cinematography and the direction with the camera shots, I really enjoyed that, and it really helps you follow along, so you know where his race car is at all times and what position he's in. So you're never really kept guessing. It's like, what lap is this, and how many does he have left, or like what position is he in? Okay, so you know what's going on, and it's there's a few good funny jokes I mentioned in my the theater reaction. David Harbour's character, he starts off as a guy you don't like, but by the end I'm like, this guy's great. I mean, I always think David Harbour is great. He's one of those actors that he's really good in stuff, even if what he's in isn't necessarily very good. Like that last Hellboy movie that we got, he was great in it. Just wasn't exactly the greatest movie. And that kind of sucks for him, but he's still working, so that's good. And he's still in leads for movies there. He had a lot of success with that, what was that Santa movie from last Christmas? I can't remember. But anyway, getting back to this, he's really good in it, even if he's not the lead. I think it's him and then the main guy that's playing the driver there. I can't remember the name. What does this currently have on Rotten Tomatoes, I wonder? Let's see what it has there. It isn't even out yet. It doesn't officially come out until I think the last weekend in August. It's the 25th is when it comes out. But they keep doing all these early fan screenings. It currently has a 58% Rotten Critic rating. Now that's been going up and down. Last time I saw it, it was at 60%, and when I first saw it before I went to go see the movie, it was at 41% critic rating, which was another reason I wasn't looking forward to it. But it has a 98% audience score with over 100 verified ratings. I recommend checking this out, even if you don't care about cars or racing or any of that, or video games, because I don't care about any of that stuff. And I still had a really fun time. This is a good movie for everyone to watch. And I said, I think in my theater reaction, it was probably the best racing movie I've seen since Days of Thunder, which is an old reference that came out in 1990. And this movie doesn't have Tom Cruise or Nicole Kidman or I think Michael Rooker was in Days of Thunder. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who else was in it there? Robert Duvall? Yeah, let me know if I'm wrong on either of those last two there. But yeah, there's a classic. If you want to check out a good racing movie, go check out that, Days of Thunder. But if you got time to go to the theater and Gran Turismo's playing, go check it out. Hey there, Fluffy. Yeah, I would take you with me, but they won't let cats go into the theater there. So in terms of, I'm not spoiling any of it, but in terms of rating, I give it a best movie ever. Had a fun time with it. I doubt I'll go back to see it, but it was definitely worth the watch and definitely worth the 2 hours, 15 minutes. That's the runtime. But I didn't really feel it that much, so... Oh, anyone else seen it early or when it comes out? Let me know what you think of Gran Turismo movie from Sony down in the comments below, please. Thanks to anyone who watched and likes this video.